LeBron, last one before you go. We all keep saying it's you versus Father Time. What's the score?
I'm kicking his ass.
Yes.
Facts. He could go to somebody else at this point. He already lost to me. It's over with.
If a 41-year-old LeBron James comes out and lead this Laker team to a first-round victory, being a heavy underdog, I don't want to hear anything about the GOAT conversation. When you look at the roster that he has, Jake LaRavia, we're talking about Bronny, Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton against this Houston Rockets team in the head-to-head with Kevin Durant. LeBron James has everything to gain in this series at the age of 41 years old.
To me, he's had the greatest career of any NBA player. You can argue all you want, and I really don't care to postulate on who's the greatest of all time, but he's one of, if not the greatest of all time.
Father Time has never lost. Not once. Not ever. Every athlete who has ever lived, every champion, every legend, every icon this sport has ever produced has eventually faced Father Time. And every single one of them lost. Michael Jordan, lost. Kobe Bryant, lost. Magic Johnson, lost. Every single one. Father Time remains undefeated. Until now. Because right now, in the 2026 NBA playoffs, a 41-year-old man is doing something that has never been done before in the history of professional basketball. No Luka Doncic, grade 2 hamstring, out for weeks. No Austin Reaves, gone for the first 4 games. 15 out of 16 ESPN experts picking against them. Vegas giving them almost zero chance. And this 41-year-old man, in his 22nd NBA season, looked at every single obstacle, every injury, every doubter, every impossible odd, and did not just survive. He dominated. He outscored an entire NBA playoff roster by himself in a single quarter. He closed out a playoff series on the road without his 2 best players. And when someone asked them about Father Time after the game, he smiled and said, "I am kicking his ass. Facts. He already lost to me. It is over with." Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in sports history, Father Time just lost. And his name is LeBron James.
But let me be very, very clear, okay? Lakers going home very early. At the most 5, and I anticipate they might get swept. They don't have enough. It's not, and it's a damn shame because one of the favorite things I love hearing is I love LA after a Lakers win. I just love it. I just love that right now. And I don't even know if they're going to hear that this weekend because I'm telling you right now, without Austin Reaves and Luka Doncic, what do you have to offset KD in Houston and what they bring to the table? Now, I'm inclined to say no. I believe the Houston Rockets win tonight and force Game 7.
Let's be completely honest about what the Lakers were walking into. April 2nd, LeBron's 2 most important teammates go down in the same game. Luka Doncic, grade 2 hamstring. Austin Reaves, grade 2 oblique. Both out, both gone. Overnight, the entire identity of this Lakers team disappeared. ESPN polled 16 experts, 15 picked Houston. The logic was simple and completely understandable. Houston had Kevin Durant. Houston had Alperen Sengun. Houston had depth, athleticism, and every physical advantage imaginable. The Lakers had LeBron James, a 41-year-old man in his 22nd NBA season. And you know what LeBron said about that situation? He said the mission has always stayed the same. Go out and dominate. Make plays. Make your teammates believe in the inevitable. That is not bulletin board material. That is not fake confidence for the cameras. That is a man who has been in this exact position against these exact odds more times than anyone in NBA history, and who has come out the other side more times than anyone in NBA history. And he did it again. Game 6, road game, Houston desperate, backs against the wall. And LeBron James, before the game even started, sitting at the end of the bench, eyes closed, deep breaths, talking to the higher gods above, as he said himself. Not nervous, not anxious, just locked in. And from the very first possession, he set the tone that nobody could match. 28 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, on a night where the entire Lakers defense completely suffocated Houston. But the stat that tells the real story? LeBron James outscored the entire Houston Rockets team by himself in the second quarter alone. One man, 41 years old, year 22, outscoring an entire NBA playoff roster in a single quarter. And while LeBron was doing that, the defense was doing something equally incredible. Houston shot just 35% from the field, 18% from three-point range, 5 of 28 from beyond the arc, and finished with just 78 total points. 78 points in a playoff game against a team that was supposed to be the aggressor. The Lakers committed just 10 turnovers, their lowest of the entire series, won the rebounding battle 15-8 on the offensive glass, and completely controlled every single aspect of that basketball game from start to finish. That is not luck. That is a team that was built and led by someone who knows exactly how to close.
And speaking of closing, here is the stat that should end every single conversation about clutch performance. LeBron James has the best closeout game record in NBA history. Not just in volume, in percentage too. The highest winning percentage in closeout games of any player ever. And here is the part that makes it even more remarkable. He has actually closed out more series on the road than he has at home. Think about that. The hardest thing to do in basketball, close out a playoff series, LeBron does it more often in hostile environments than in front of his own fans. Brian Windhorst, one of the most respected NBA journalists alive, said it himself after Game 6. LeBron knows how to do this. He has always known how to do this. And the Lakers, a team full of players who had never been in a closeout situation before, followed his lead, trusted his experience, and executed. LeBron said it best himself. He said, "A lot of our guys have never been in a closeout situation before, especially on the road, so it was important for me to set the tone from the beginning, and everybody just took my lead." That is leadership, real leadership, not for the cameras, not for the contract, for the moment. Now, LeBron did not do this alone, and that is actually one of the most important parts of this entire story, because this Lakers team, built without their two best players, found something in this series that money cannot buy: identity. Marcus Smart, steady, physical, disruptive on defense from Game 1 to Game 6. LeBron himself said Smart deserves every single bit of credit for setting the defensive tone of this series. Rui Hachimura, 21 points in Game 6, 8 of 15 from the field, 5 of 7 from 3, hitting massive shots every single time Houston tried to make a run. A player who has quietly become one of the most reliable postseason performers on this entire roster. DeAndre Ayton, doing the dirty work that never shows up in highlight reels. 10 offensive rebounds in Game 5 alone, protecting the rim, guarding Sengun with discipline and physicality that nobody expected. And Austin Reaves, coming back from a grade 2 oblique injury, suiting up and giving this team exactly the spark they needed in Games 5 and 6. LeBron looked at all of them after the game and said, "Every game it might be a different guy, but everybody played their role, and that is what this team is made of." That right there is a championship culture, built in less than 2 weeks, without their two best players. That is JJ Redick, and that is LeBron James.
And now, we have to have the conversation. The one that every Game 6, every impossible moment, every time LeBron does something that defies logic, forces us back to. Is LeBron James better than Michael Jordan? Now, I am not here to disrespect Jordan. Michael Jordan is one of the 2 or 3 greatest basketball players in the history of this sport. His records are historically untouchable. His finals record is perfect. His competitive greatness is real. But here is what I need you to think about. Michael Jordan never, not once, led a team through a playoff series at 41 years old. Because Michael Jordan retired at 40, and his last meaningful playoff run was years before that. LeBron James, right now, in 2026, is doing things in the playoffs that Jordan never had the opportunity to do at this age. And JJ Redick, LeBron's own coach, said it after Game 6. He said, "To me, LeBron has had the greatest career of any NBA player. He is one of, if not the greatest of all time." And then LeBron himself, when asked about Father Time, gave the greatest answer in the history of sports interviews. He said, "I am kicking his ass. Facts. He already lost to me. It is over with." That is not arrogance. That is a man who has earned every single word of that statement. Jordan was the greatest of his era. Nobody will ever take that away.
But LeBron James, at 41, doing this right now, is writing a chapter that nobody has ever written before in this sport. So here is where we stand. The Lakers are moving on to round 2 against the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder as severe underdogs, without Luka Doncic, who, according to Windhorst, is not close to returning and will likely miss at least the first week to 10 days of the series. The entire basketball world is already writing them off, again. And LeBron James, at 41 years old, is already sitting at the end of the bench, eyes closed, deep breaths, talking to the higher gods above, getting ready to do the impossible, again. So I want to hear from you right now. Is LeBron James the greatest of all time after what you just watched? Can the Lakers actually compete with OKC without Luka? And if Luka comes back healthy mid-series, how far can this team actually go? Drop your answer in the comments right now. I read every single one. Hit that like button and subscribe if you are new. I will see you in the next one.